Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining. My name is Sasha. I am your green goddess, and we are here together to do a reading for our third eye chakra. Thank you so much for joining me on this most auspicious day. It is the full moon in Scorpio, full wisdom, super pink moon, very, very beautiful, that we get to celebrate the wisdom giving for our third eye down from spirit. And the card I wanted to show you is now completely escaped me. Hang on. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Where did I put it? Okay. So, thank you so much for joining me for this intuitive reading as we explore our third eye tonight, our third eye chakra, which sits here behind our eyebrows. Its name in Sanskrit is Ajna, and it is connected with the sun because it brings us light energy. It connects our sun and our moon. Our left eye is the moon, our right eye is the sun, connecting in with our third eye in the middle, creating this integration and evolution into something else once the masculine and the feminine have been brought into that alignment. The affirmation is, I see. Like with the light of the sun, we can see through the light of our third eye. The healing color is indigo, like the night sky. And it represents intuition, insight, awakening, and emotional intelligence. The essential oil blend that I made to help clear and cleanse our third eye is this one here. I'll put a little bit on. It's got oregano, Siberian fir, thyme, geranium, and lemon. It's really revitalizing. Okay, which is great because what we want to do is to sort of open ourselves up now, up into spirit, up into the 5D. We've done this really beautiful cleansing up to this point, cleansing all of our chakras and all of our system. And it's beautiful, actually. We've got a lot of cards coming out representing like the sacral. And the third eye and the sacral have this really gorgeous connection. So we'll look into those in a couple of moments. I just wanted to introduce to you what the decks will be using tonight. So I've pulled a few oracles already. We're going to have a few oracles from my Isis deck. We've got oracles from my Crystal and Angels deck, and also the Mystical Shaman deck. We'll clarify with some tarot, probably Tarot Santa Muerte, and maybe the Tarot Wild Unknown. We've also got Thoth here as well. And obviously we've got my beautiful 5D oracles. We shall definitely be pulling on some of these. But I'm thinking I'll walk you through all of the beautiful oracles we've got, and then we'll take some clarifiers and see how we get on, see where that takes us on this beautiful journey into the light. But first, let's connect our energies so that we can share in this time together. I'd like you to take a nice deep breath in with me. And let it out. And another deep breath in. And let it out. Beautiful. Thank you so much. So important that we connect with our breath. We connect with our inhalation and our exhalation. This is important at all times of the day. Whenever we are about to make a decision, about to have an important conversation, about to go out and do some exercise or go about our business in some way, we should always bring some clarity, bring that oxygen in, refresh the brain, refresh the cells, and be clear in our space and in our intention about what it is we want and where we're going to direct our energy. And our breath can become a compass in order to direct where the energy inside us is going to go. And tonight we're talking about this internal sense of who we are. We have our five senses. We have our sight, our hearing, our taste, our smell, and our touch. But this is our sixth sense. This is our intuitive inner eye, that gut feeling, which we're going to talk about a little bit, the connection with the sacral and the emotional center. But the third eye is really those senses on the things that we feel and we intuit, that we read off the signs and the things in nature that don't necessarily, we can't necessarily touch or describe, but they're much more ethereal or conceptual, or like light bulb moments that go off in our mind that connect us with a sense of knowing and connect us with the sense of perhaps self-preservation or safety or understanding or ability to resonate with things. When you just feel like something feels right, it might be connecting with a new partner or a new relationship. You've gone on a few dates and you can just feel the energy is good. You're vibing together. You're connecting on the same sort of things and the conversation's flowing nicely for both of you. And the same goes for when you're connecting with someone where you're on very different frequency. Your intuition is picking up on things that, yeah, maybe you're seeing things through their facial expressions, but there's a body language that goes beyond even facial expressions and what the words that people say. So it's about learning to use your spidey senses, your extrasensory perception, to give you additional information and wisdom and insights about the world around you, and especially around the people around you. Because unfortunately, we don't live in a world where people are always telling the truth or where people are always acting for our highest good. Some people are out for their own agendas as well. So we have to be really good at protecting our own energy and knowing what it is we really feel inside, and we're not simply absorbing or inhabiting the beliefs, roles, or emotions of other people, which is a very easy thing to do. We don't necessarily realize we're doing it all the time. So learning to get to know your inner voice and your inner eye, learning to have that bird's eye view as well as your 3D view of what you see around you most of the time. Just have that extra sight, that extra awareness. And most importantly, it's an awareness almost like a watcher on your own thoughts. So keeping a close eye on how you're talking to yourself, how you are showing up in the world, how you are communing with those emotions when they come up. Are you swearing at them and pushing them away and making them feel ignored and not important? Or are you accepting those emotions and those feelings and sensations in and being curious about what they mean and why they are appearing to you in the way that they are and what meaning that would hold? And our intuition is the key tool at helping us navigate these other dimensional energy frequencies that we're starting to learn are all around us, but we can't necessarily perceive or share that experience with other people around us. It's a very internal experience. So, and the other thing we're going to do is we're going to be tapping into our imagination tonight. So our imagination and our intuition are very, very connected. These two aspects really do sort of light up the sense of the feminine aspect of everyone. Everyone is, hi guys, thanks for joining. So great to see people watching on both YouTube and on Instagram. Hi, I am your green goddess. We are here doing the third eye, 6th chakra healing reading tonight under this beautiful Scorpio full moon, full super moon, pink moon. I'm wearing pink in honor, and I've got my lovely blue hat on in honor of our third eye as well. I'm rocking this after the throat chakra reading the other night. I really loved wearing it, so I'm really enjoying having this like additional protection whilst I'm reaching out into the great wide five. So where was I? Introducing people. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy. So yeah, so we're going to be connecting into our imagination, and our imagination is set free within our right side brain. This is our feminine side brain, and this is where all of our creative endeavors, all aspects of creation within the body as well, so singing, dancing, movement, sex, you know, swimming, and all of these are connected with our feminine side, our earthly water side. Our intuitive side connects us in with the moon as well, and these are fully, you know, fully vibrant aspects of Scorpio, especially in a full moon state as well. Scorpios, the very, very fiery water sign, and connects us deeply with our intuition, deeply with our emotions, deep down in the abyss of our emotional center, our ocean of emotion. And Scorpios, you know, hugely psychic, hugely connected to their spiritual side. They are, you know, very perceptive, very good at using their intuition, very good at understanding the messages that they're receiving, not just being a good antenna, which they are, and we all are potentially very good antennas, but the magic comes when you're then able to decode what messages you're receiving and start to harness and work with the energy that's coming down, and that comes with time, you know, that comes with experience of having signs be presented to you. Signs have been presented to you throughout nature, throughout the cosmos, since you were able to perceive them with your 5 senses. We just haven't known that there was meaning there, so we haven't necessarily known to try and decode the messages or see patterns in them. And that's really how signs and synchronicities appear to the brain, which is a very logical, left-brained creature most of the time. Actually, we're very good at perceiving patterns, incredibly good at getting into routines, which is why we can get ourselves into very stuck, incessant mental states, because the brain loves to find patterns, and anything you do repeatedly, like berating yourself, beating yourself up about, or regretting something, or refusing to acknowledge an emotion, it's just going to keep tapping away at you until you address it. So opening ourselves up to the more creative, free will side of our creativity, the feminine side, the intuitive side, allows us to blend the beautiful logical symmetry and sacred geometry of the universe and the constructs of thinking and thought and imagination. And we do need structure for that. If we look at great engineering, we look at great art, we look at great architecture, there is great form and structure, which is very left-brained. But the flair and the beauty and the wonder and the soul comes from the creative side. It comes from the innovation. It comes from the genius of combining the logical and the intuitive together. And from there, true creativity is born. And we are all, as human beings, accessing both the left and the right, both the masculine and the feminine, when we do these great creative works. I don't think there can be, you can create stuff, you can't really, no, I don't think you can really create stuff with one side only. It is a harmonious thing, but we don't realize we have the power to do that. It happens naturally when great ideas appear to us and we're quick enough and smart enough to carry that idea, catch it and carry it and follow it through to its conclusion, whatever that would be, writing it down quickly, maybe. That's also the magic. Again, it's feeling the information coming down and being able to catch it and utilize it and apply it in some way that is meaningful or adds meaning to our world, adds some kind of layer to our symbolism. So let us quickly look at the cards that came out, and then I'm going to read you a fairy tale. Like I say, we're going to tap into our intuition, but I'm really amazed by how many cards have come out that are representing the colors of the sacral. So we started off with these 3 Egyptian Isis cards. My Isis Oracle. There's one. This is Chariot of Ascension, Merkaba. This is Pillar of Light. Pillar of Light. And this is Divine Destiny. Divine Destiny. Now, I'll read you what these say. So, Chariot of Ascension, Merkaba, and it's been written Mer as in the sea in Spanish, Ka as in the soul, and Ba as in the twin. So Merkaba, parts of the soul, is the Ka and the Ba, which come back together in union when we go through our ascension or when we die and we go to the other side. So, Chariot of Ascension. A spiritual practice has come in or is soon coming to your attention that will help your soul journey. Take your time to develop and practice your chosen spiritual discipline regularly. This will help you grow in power and grace, anchoring the spiritual light within the body of your soul. Beautiful. So like, you know, that meditation time or healing in water. Really important that we do this every day. So the Pillar of Light. Pillar of light, burning bright, earth star below, soul star above. Burns away all that is not light. Transform all into unconditional love. Star of Isis descend, your blessing and peace without end. Grace me now with peace and protection, completely embraced by divine perfection. So that pillar of light, burning bright, earth star above, earth star below, soul star above, is talking about our body, This is the body of our chakras. We have the earth star below and the soul star above, and the 7 chakras in between. Isis is liking how we're rising up. Almost there at the crown, almost ready to burst out through the soul star chakra, but not quite yet. We're going to have fun in the divine destiny playground first with the divine warrior. The divine warrior is within you, helping you to continue with a worthy path, even during times of difficulty. When faced with a challenge, a true warrior will summon more of him or herself to the cause. It might be by bringing more wisdom, focus, or intelligence, or surrendering into the divine. The warrior within has great inner resourcefulness and determination. I love that. Warriors for the light, all of us tonight. So we've got a fiery Merkaba. We've got our pillar of light burning bright. We're engorging ourselves with light tonight. I'm getting all these mad, like interesting. I'm getting like motes in the air around me. I don't know if you'd be able to see it, but the light's then catching on it, and they're like sparkling, like little twinkling snowy angels, which is rather magical. Yeah, this is amazing. This is amazing. So yeah, this is literally talking about these two fiery chariots, which is us, crowned by Isis with the eagle and the fiery staff. Now these colors are just blowing my mind. My pretty little mind is blown, because the sacral chakra and the third eye chakra are intimately connected, because all decisions are really made in our emotions before they are ever set free in the world. We are creating from our inner emotional guidance. Even if we're not necessarily accepting our emotions, we might be repressing certain emotions, we are still guided first and foremost, even at the evolutionary survival level, by desire. We are driven by desire, and sometimes those desires might override or overpower our common sense, our greater knowledge or greater intellect about what's really good for us. And we can let our base desires take over because it feels good. And that feeling good, even in the short term, can be more important than thinking about the consequences of what that's doing to your body, or what that's doing to your relationships or your life or your ability to get out of bed the next day. Taking the example that maybe you've been out on the lash, the night, really out all night, and then it's really affected your ability to do what you need to do the next day. So everything we do has a cause and effect, and the connection between our sacral chakra and our third eye is very much that idea that things that can come up and flow through our solar into our heart and really be felt and accepted allows us to create this heart-mind or heart-brain harmony, this link, this consistent, continuous, ongoing link, that it's like a second opinion on on your first impressions, on your first emotions. It's like a second check that, like I say, allows us to see beyond perhaps the masks or filters of other people's experience that they are obviously, you know, putting out there and they have in front of them as they go around their world. And people aren't always necessarily aware that they are living in this kind of program. They can't hear themselves. You'll often find yourself saying that to someone who, you know, can't you hear yourself? Haven't you looked in the mirror recently? Like, you know, these ideas that there's no self-awareness. There's a lot of people that have very little self-awareness, or they are completely entranced by the perception of themselves through the eyes of others. You know, they get so reliant and dependent on other people feeding their image of themselves that they don't actually see what they're really like. And also maybe the people around them aren't giving them a very clear, accurate, truthful impression or reciprocity of the energy they should be. Perhaps they're not calling them out on their shit. You know, perhaps they're pandering and sucking up, and or maybe keeping quiet because they have some kind of agenda. They have some kind of payoff that they're looking for. So, you know, people tell lies for all different reasons, but generally there is some kind of agenda that they're trying to fulfill. If someone needs to lie to get a girlfriend or have sex or lie to get money or lie to get ahead or lie to try and hurt other people, you can see that they're coming from a real sense and space of lack already, because it's all about sort of pulling other people down rather than stepping back into yourself and building on those areas that are integral to you. And our intuition is all about that inner understanding, our inner bullshit radar on both ourselves and on other people. So that's why it's important that you get comfortable with feeling. What is that feeling? What is that gut feeling? As I walk into a room, or I'm having a conversation with someone, or I walk into a new situation, and I just get this feeling that something's not right. I don't know what it is. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't even put my finger on it. I couldn't put words to it, but there's just something not right. And it's often like accompanied by like a physical feeling in your stomach. Maybe, you know, it's butterflies, or it's a knotted feeling, or a heavy feeling, or like you want to be sick, or you suddenly feel very detached from everything. That is your body's way of telling you on other levels that there is something that could be potentially a threat to you, something that doesn't quite vibe on your frequency. And finding people who are genuinely on your frequency is really important part of our journey. It's a really important part of our mission and our quality of life, that we are spending time with people who get us and love us for who we are, not who they think we're going to be, or who they think they're going to be when you get into a relationship, or you get that job, or, you know, whatever else it is that you haven't got yet that you think you need to make you whole. The more we are in league and in partnership with our own emotions, the more we actually know what we really want, and we're not, you know, messing with ourselves and lying to ourselves, the more we can genuinely then be going out and manifesting what it is we really want. If we're not being honest with ourselves, and then we're manifesting into that energy space to something we don't want. So be careful what you wish for moment, really. These aren't sort of games to be playing with people's lives. So, learn to recognize your intuition as a marvelous tool, and that's just what it can do on a survival day-to-day level. You can then learn to employ it to have real adventures, and we can do that on another lovely video. But for now, let's just sort of reflect on this connection. So the third eye and our sacral is beautifully connected, and it's so beautiful that we've had these very sacral energy colors coming up. And then we had from the crystal mandala deck, sacral all the way, baby. And you'll never guess who came out to join us. Number 23 or number 5, the Ascended Master Jesus and Rose Sophia. Meaningful sacrifice. Crystal Masters 333. Meaningful sacrifice. So we're definitely going to read this one, because I just thought of all of the angels and ascended masters, we get Master Jesus and Her Royal Highness Rose Sophia, Christ Sophia, together. So meaningful sacrifice, number 23, which breaks down to a 5. Then we got the rainbow, which is a number 5, 41, breaking down to a 5. We are moving up this journey, this interstellar pathway of our chakras, creating the rainbow spectrum. Loving that we've got the 5s, okay? So 5s represent change. Scorpio represents death. We've got all this energy of change representing 5s, representing transformation. This is what Scorpio is about. It's not simply death. Death is the one beautiful part of the Holy Trinity, but it is birth, death, and resurrection, or life, death, and resurrection, rebirth. Scorpio represents all 3 in Trinity, all 3 in union. They represent the phoenix, the eagle, and the scorpion in one go. And in my interpretation, I see the eagle as life, the scorpion as death, and the phoenix as resurrection, as the phoenix is legendarily a creature that rises up out of its own ashes, out of its own flames. It is reborn again, and that is the resurrection of the Scorpio energy, representing our resurrection, our constant transmutation, transformation on the wheel of flow, or the Ouroboros eating itself. I just saw 3344 in the live chat. And I was saying, yeah, we've got like this eagle phoenix rising up out of the rainbow here. And there's an eagle in this Egyptian card here. So Scorpio really showing up present tonight. Scorpio obviously is a water sign, fiery water. So all these energies of the sacral hot volcano inside us is definitely resonating with that. And whilst I was shuffling, we got the Sun card in the Wild Unknown. and I put it back. We got the Sun and the Ace of Swords. Okay, as I was talking about illumination with the third eye chakra, we got those two cards come out, the Sun and the Ace of Swords. Then I put them back and we got strength. So more energy for the Sun, for enlightenment. We could obviously be dealing with some Leos up in here. And we've also got the 6. So the strength is number 11 in this deck, which represents 2 or union. Then we've got the number 6 of swords, one of the most beautiful and uplifting, literally, of the swords of the air suit. This is ascension. This is ascending upwards towards the rainbow. Number 6, following the number 5 of the rainbow. This is divinely guided. We've got the Sun, we've got the strength card with the infinity symbol, saying that this journey, this joy goes on forever and ever and ever. And we've got the 10 of Cups, representing the change, Scorpio, death, transformation. The 10 of Cups with the Sun, with strength, with the rainbow, with ascension, with Jesus and Sophia, and the fiery Merkaba and fiery pillar of light, taking us up and out into the magic. The last one I'm going to show you, just as an amazing thing for the colors again, from the mystical shaman, we've got the Andean Cross. These colors are just blowing my mind. Blues and oranges, pinks. This is the number 2. So we've got the number 11 broken down to a 2, and the number 2. We've got the 5 and the 6. Sorry, we've got the 5 and the 5, and then the 10 of Cups. The 5 and the 5 representing change, Scorpio time, Scorpio energy, full wisdom moon in Scorpio. It is all here for our blessings. And I'm going to read you the card from the crystal mandala first, because that's just, I think that's setting the scene. So it's number 333, if I hadn't mentioned that already. Pretty important. Okay. 113, 23. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Here we go. So, Ascended Master Jesus Christ and Rose Sophia. Meaningful sacrifice. We bring you the blessing of meaningful sacrifice. To manifest your divine destiny, there are times when want must give way to a greater need. It may feel as though you are being denied the very thing that you yearn for the most. However, when meaningful sacrifice is being asked of you, there is a far more generous and loving reality at play. What is being denied now will ultimately create the opportunity for greater growth. This doesn't necessarily resolve the pain of unfulfilled desire in this moment, but it does soothe your soul with the understanding that if you feel denied, it is only so that your fulfillment can come about in a more extraordinary and generous expression in due course. A meaningful sacrifice is being asked of you. It is the foregoing of a situation that you want so that another more appropriate situation, one that your soul truly needs, can come into being. This meaningful sacrifice is actually a divine blessing, although it may not feel that way initially. It is a withholding from you of that which would seduce you away from the truth of your path. The world can be a most intriguing and fascinating place. Being open and cautious about life can help you feel energized and inspired. Yet if your body or mind becomes enchanted by that which is not truly meant for you, this leads you away from the path upon which you will actually find real joy, fulfillment, or happiness. Such distractions, as alluring or perfect as they seem, cannot provide the deep satisfaction for which you yearn. It may even end up causing you unanticipated and otherwise unnecessary pain, which you shall then need to resolve. When the blessing of meaningful sacrifice is bestowed upon you, you are being protected. The protection may seem like a no from the universe, which brings frustration, perhaps also a deep despair or disappointment to your heart. We acknowledge the suffering. You may experience with tender compassion. However, there is something more for you, more suitable, more loving, more grand, more healing, more tender, more gracious, and more beautiful. The universe will not conspire with your ego to offer you less than your complete divine destiny, no matter how much you may insist that you know what or who will make you happy and how that happiness can best be delivered to you. You are loved far more than that. You are loved enough that the universe will ensure the sanctity, safety, and success of your soul. You will be guided faithfully, held back with a dead end. Obstacle or worse would cause you to sway from your true path and encouraged you to keep moving forward, foregoing scraps in order to remain hungry for the great feast that awaits you. It is not always an easy path, even if you are a very disciplined person. But understand that for this moment of sacrifice, where something difficult is being asked of you, then there shall be so much rich reward. It is the delivery of the reward which the universe is so keen to bring to you. And so whatever is needed for that to take place shall be evoked in your life. There is a much longer reading that goes with this, but I shall leave it there because that was a really beautiful message to start us off. Very much confirming that we can manifest our dreams. And we are absolutely, rising up now through our ascension, through our healing. Our healing is the springboard on which we can take this journey higher and further and out into the ethers. I'm wondering, okay, we've gone for 43. That's awesome. Let's just pull a quick moon card just to say thank you to Scorpio and all of our ascended masters, all of our gods and goddesses, under this beautiful, as above, so below, this beautiful pink supermoon in Scorpio, bringing the wisdom, allowing all of this karmic soup that has been swirling to come to the surface and be released. Thank goodness. Allowing us to move. It's 11:11 on my clock here, and it's 44:22 on that clock. I love it. Yeah, thank you, Scorpio. Thank you, Divine Masters. Thank you, Gaia. Thank you, Holy Father, Holy Grandfather Sky, Holy Mother Earth, Holy Spirit. We are in a beautiful space at this very moment with this moon. We have a stellium in Taurus, so we've actually got the Sun, Mercury, Uranus and Venus all in Taurus at the moment, and Black Moon Lilith. So a time of, you know, deep reflection, deep sense of shedding old skins, and finding those more cozy environments, cozy relationships, allowing Venus and Lilith to truly feel comforted and nurtured, and to provide that nurturing in their own way. I don't believe this. The card that we got, full moon. We just got the full moon. Surrender to the divine. Full moon, baby, on the Scorpio full moon. Surrender to the divine. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, let us pull. Let's get a little bit of clarity. Let's get a little bit of clarity. So we've just got the Six of Pentacles, and we've got the Six of, oh my gosh, I've just realized. Okay, so we've got the Six of Pence out, two very powerful, loving sixes, and we had the Sun, and we've got Strength, which is representing a number 11 of union, of the two, of the Sun, of the Six. And actually the Sun represents number 6 on the Tree of Life, and also represents Christ consciousness in the center. The Prince of Heaven, you know, surrounded by all the other princes on the Tree of Life, is the Sun, his holy Son. So I'm kind of blown away by that, and all these colors of the Sun and the sacral. And the sacral is connected to our moon self as well. I said that at the beginning. The sacral very much connects us with our moon, with our intuitive self, that connection with the sacral and the third eye. And also the moon is our intuitive mothering self as well. I'm feeling like a bit of Thoth as well to come out. So just blown away that we've got all this beautiful balancing of the Sun and the moon, the left eye and the right eye, the masculine and the feminine, which is exactly the journey that the third eye leads us on. True awakening requires the bringing into harmony of the masculine and the feminine. We've just got another 5. And the Princess of Swords. Princess of Swords, Princess of Air, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, and a 5 of Earth, 5 of Worry in the Thoth deck. So this is now the third 5. We've got 555, we've got 666, and we got 333 on the Jesus and Sophia card. And we just got the full moon card from the beautiful Moonology deck on this blessed Scorpio full moon. And there's all this indigo for our third eye coming right through on this image as well. A lot of indigo and sacral, orange and blue, which these two colors go so well together actually in life, in the cosmos. And here they are coming together, the sacral and the third eye connecting us in. Spirit is just always here supporting me, giving me confirmation, giving me signs. Beautiful. So we've had a little bit of tarot. Let's bring some more Tarot of the Wild Unknown out and say, why is strength here? Tell us why strength is here for our collective as we open our third eye, as we connect with our sun self, our inner enlightenment, as we connect into our inner moon self through our sun self. What is it that we are bringing strength to? Is it strength for a union? The strength card here representing the number 11, 1111, representing union. We have got so much mirroring of numbers and numerology. Oops, and that one was, and Princess of Swords is followed very quickly by Justice. Lady Justice is here. Look at those blues, those indigos. These colors are just amazing, like totally matching my hat. Lady Justice, number 8 in this deck. We've got this number of infinity on the lion's third eye. This is number 8, Lady Justice of the Major Arcana, representing Libra adjustment, who was clarifying, or not clarifying, but sitting underneath the Princess of Swords, who is also Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. So there's definitely some Libras up in here. Libra represents the devil as well in my worldview. And we've had 6s already coming out in, in just like this. I don't know what the word is, but they're coming out. And we've now got another 5. This is crazy, people, okay? 5, 5, 5. 5s represent change, transformation, the everlasting cycle that we can depend on. The only thing that is guaranteed to stay the same is that everything will change. The only fixed thing in the cosmos is the fixed flow of change. And we've now got more 5s energy. And every time we get 2 5s, they resolve into a 10 and create this completion, this ending of a cycle. And when the one thing ends, something new can be born into that space. Yes, that's what we want. So we are emptying our cup. We're allowing spirit to fill it with what we really want. And we're bringing an end to these energies of conflict, confusion, feeling scattered, feeling like our passionate spark just isn't ignited, sort of searching for our flame and not sort of finding a resonant frequency anywhere. But 5s are good because even if they come accompanying a difficult energy, they are still showing us that that energy is changing and moving and it's on its way out. So fiery wands, yeah, maybe there's been some, there's a lot of fire here. I mean, even though strength is fire, but we've then got swords and pentacles and wands. So there may well be arguments at the moment, disagreements, very strong-willed people pulling in different directions, creating a sense of people being scattered. But there feels like quite a lot of resolution. I mean, obviously we've got the sun coming out, and the lion has a rose in its mouth, a white rose of surrender. We had surrendered to the divine with the full moon. So if there are conflicts, if there are heated emotions, then, you know, the sense of peace with the white rose is always present. You know, you can always diffuse situations and bring your own internal fire down a few notches. That's really important, that we bring ourselves into that balance. Yeah. Bring ourselves into that balance. And bring our sword to cut through or cleave whatever it is that is hanging on in our life, that is holding us down. You know, the sword of truth, the sword of that inner knowing, that inner friend, that inner partner in crime that we always have, that is always looking out for our highest good. That's our intuition. That's our third eye, and it's 11:22 on the clock here. Let's get a couple more tarot, and then I'm going to read you a fairy tale to really get your imagination going. I've got so many lovely decks out tonight. I'd love to continue to pull cards, but I don't know. I'm not going to go very late on this. Okay, so we've got Two of Swords, Chariot in reverse, and the Ten of Pentacles. So we've got another two. More sacral type energy. This looks like the third eye in between the two eyes. The third eye in the center of the brain. So Two of Swords, protecting oneself, going into a bit of quiet solitude to give yourself time to think, time to ponder on a decision perhaps. We've got a lot of Swords energy. You know, we've got the 2 and the 6 and the 2 femmes of the Swords as well, the Lady Justice and the Princess of Air. So there's definitely some decision making, there's definitely some truth telling going on. There's definitely some it's like there's someone waiting for truth and there's someone delivering truth. So there's a lot of us in the collective at the moment, either on the receiving end, waiting for truth, waiting for judgment perhaps on a situation, waiting for the hammer to fall. And also those that are building up the courage and the strength to transform with this Scorpio energy, this Scorpio wisdom energy of releasing old ways of being and allowing this fresh, new, sort of spearminty energy to take over and lift us up. Now, interestingly, we have got the Chariot in reverse. Even though we started off with a lot of fiery Chariot energy, and we've also had eagles, butterflies, the lion. And my goodness, I'm not joking, but the Chariot is actually now on the Thoth deck the right way up. So this is interesting. So all this idea of people about to deliver truth or waiting for truth, there has been so much indecision. There has been toing and froing. Shall I, shan't I? Will I, won't I? Could have, would have, should have. Like all this, it's not the anxiety, but it's recognizing now that there are two, there's two very clear ways to go. There's no 7 of Cups. There's no 7 of Swords. there's clarity. There's very clear way of moving forward. The Prince of Swords and Lady Justice, they don't mess around. The Eagles have laser sight when they are going for something. So this is very hangman energy, this idea that we've had the Chariot was there, where there's been decisions to make, strength being needed to bring the truth out, perhaps about a 10 of Pentacles, perhaps about a really important business opportunity or a family situation coming together, something that perhaps has been lost. But we have the 6 of Pentacles also at the beginning. The 6 of Pentacles, now we're moving to the 10. This is about victory and success in a relationship. The sun has been out. We've got strength. It's allowing us to realize that the way is now clear. Yeah, maybe that's it. It's like the way is more clear. Perhaps there was this stuckness of not being able to move forward, even though the energy was so present, it was so needed, so wanted. There was something in the way. And now all of these energies of the swords cutting through, allowing freedom, just freedom. These birds are flying freely. The truth is sailing freely. Emotions are, this is the 10 of Cups in one deck, and we've got the 10 of Earth in another deck. So this is completion again with all these 5s of change. This is now about coming into a peaceful new path. There's no conflict, there's no confusion. It's very clear which direction you want to take. It was simply holding off until you heard the starting gun. And that Chariot is ready to go as soon as they hear that shot. So that was beautiful confirmation. And underneath the Chariot was another 10, the Wheel of Flow. So we've now got the 4 fixed signs, the 4 fixed signs of change in the zodiac: Taurus, Leo, Scorpio and Aquarius. Beautiful, confirming our gorgeous Scorpio energy. And the 10 of Cups is Mars in Scorpio as well. I was reflecting on that because we got the 10 of Cups in Thoth in the last reading, which was for the throat chakra. And I was loving on that idea of Scorpio fire and passion coming in to, create an eruption in all these cups. And then we've got the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Earth in these other 2 decks. So again, completion, bringing in that sense of coming to a nice gentle stop in, after there has been a lot of change, there has been a lot of transformation recently. And now we're starting to get into the groove and starting to find our position and our place, where we want to be, who we want to be sitting next to, and what we're going to do with our exciting new adventure today. So I'm going to read you the beautiful fairy tale that emerged for me from the Inner Child cards. And you got, so we have been looking at the third eye this evening, opening ourselves up to our intuition and our imagination, our inner sense of our inner self, our moon self, our intuitive feminine side, connecting us into the moon, connecting us into our sense of who we are when no one's looking, our sense of who we are and how we feel when we're alone at night, alone with our thoughts, as we all are. That sense of where we go, what we feel, how we navigate around when we go into meditation. And there's a deep connection with our sleep as well. And our sleep takes us into our dreams and our emotional self, and our soul desires and our soul journeys are being played out in the astral realm through our dreams. And so the symbols and metaphors and messages that you get through your dreams are also deeply spiritual and able to tell you more about the journey that you're on. So fairy tales are, a great way for us to connect into our archetypes and our mythology. And it'd be really interesting to see how these energies potentially have connected with these cards already this evening. Because we've just been pulling intuitively this evening and seeing what has come up, and the connections, the patterns, the repeating numbers, the repeating sense of cycles going round and around has been intimidating. And now we have the guardian angel from the inner child fairy tale tarot. This is the guardian angel, which is number 14, which is a number 5, guys. Number 5. Scorpio's in the house. Okay? Scorpio is hitting our intuition hard right now. Okay, so let's read ourselves a little story. Okay. So this card represents temperance or resurrection or rebirth in this tarot deck. Sagittarius, temperance, fire signs, resurrection, Scorpio, very devil, fiery energy. The fiery philosopher is Sagittarius. Number 14, breaking down to a 5. Over the centuries, the 14th card of the Major Arcana has been depicted as an angel or an archangel, often pouring a magical elixir from one cup to another and standing with one foot on solid ground and the other foot in a pool of water. Known as temperance, this figure represents the unification of spirit and soul energies. And on another turn of the spiral, it represents the alchemical process by which a human personality becomes infused with divinity, light, and wisdom. The image on this card is the guardian angel, the being who watches over the evolution of a child and protects and heals it during times of crisis. In the Middle Ages, the great painters of Europe drew halos above the heads of angels. This was a cosmic sign that these beings were ringed in spiritual light and were emissaries of God. Later on, saints, priestesses, magicians, and other celestial messengers, the literal meaning of the word angel is messenger, were also shown overlighted by a halo. Thus, divine glorification and initiation do occur within the human realm. Guardian angels are seen either as forces outside ourselves, keeping us from danger, or as soul aspects of our identities, even our higher selves. While part of the meaning of temperance is moderation and abstinence, the world's higher association is with the Latin tempor, a time period or season for all things under heaven. There is also a link to the Latin temperare, meaning to mix, blend, or regulate. Aleister Crowley, in designing his tarot deck, called this card art. To create beautiful art or music, one combines the angelic or higher forces of inspiration with the physical materials and instruments. This is reminiscent of the age-old fascination with alchemy, the changing of lead into gold, where lead is the unenlightened personality and gold is the soul-infused spiritual disciple. In esoteric circles focusing on meditation, visualization, and magic rituals, there is a special goal that is often described as the attainment of conversation or communion with one's holy guardian angel. Apparently, all human beings are blessed with angelic presences who nurture and guide us during incarnation, but we each have an overlighting figure who might be termed our good angel watching over us. We merge into this angel when crossing the threshold known as death. More and more people are discussing their revelatory experiences, which often include life-transforming encounters with a guardian angel or exalted light being. In children's stories, fairy godmothers, helpful wizards, and good fairies are variations on the greater theme of the guardian angel. When this card appears in your reading, open your heart and mind to the gentle rhythms that can restore your sense of balance and equilibrium. Often when we are making major life changes, we need protection and guidance. As a young child, it is very important to feel safe. The Christian prayer calling on the guardian angel has brought peace to many children. Angel of God, my guardian dear, to whom God's love commits me here, ever this day be at my side, to light and guard, to rule and guide. In much the same way as adults, we have learned to surround ourselves with white light when we are in danger or in doubt. Do you feel safe and secure? Call for assistance from your higher forces. They will come and tenderly embrace you. So yeah, this was the archetype for Temperance, the zodiac sign for Sagittarius. Beautiful number 14, breaking down to a 5, bringing all of that Scorpio energy, that scorpionic energy, connecting us with our inner spiritual side, our inner temperance, blending of that magic, blending of the left brain and the right brain to infuse and create this, like, you know, internal nuclear fission of all that you can create when you bring these two into harmony together. It's amazing. And it's amazing to have, you know, so much balance. We're talking about balance being brought to the flow, balance being brought into our emotions, allowing that free flowing cycle. You know, we've got the wheel of fortune and balance, all about connecting into our intuitive self, our moon self. We've got Cancerian twice coming up as the Chariot, once in reverse and once upright, after clearly having made decisions, allowing heart-brain harmony to happen, to occur, whilst at the same time surrendering to the divine. Full moon energy here for the Scorpio full moon, allowing us to truly step into our inner magician, our inner wizard, our inner goddess, opening us to the rainbow of blessings that are around us, bountifully around us, with the Wheel of Fortune, the rainbow, the Chariot twice, and the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. It's like a lot of stuff is being brought into manifestation right now. Even though this is a wisdom moon, we have been doing so much manifestation in this season already, especially now that we're in Aries, we're in this Taurus stellium. Whoops, sorry, just threw some cards on the cat. Saturn wanted to come out. They did kind of fall. I'll show you Saturn very quickly. Devil energy coming through. Saturn ruling Capricorn. Okay, we'll leave that one out, but we'll properly take some of my 5D oracles. Beautiful. We've got Earth at the bottom. Saturn and Earth are very intimately connected, especially through Pluto, especially through our Earth star chakra, down into his devilish layer. So from Sasha's 5D oracles, thank you, Spirit. Please give us some last energies as we sail out of this reading. Oh my gosh, the cards are flying. They've been wanting to speak all day, to be honest, but we've been waiting for the moon to come up here in England. This beautiful moon, under this wisdom moon. We are at the third eye chakra. We are at our pineal gland, third eye chakra here behind our eyebrows. Our inner eye, our inner sense, our inner connection to our moon self. Our inner connection to our light. This is where we find our own light. And we are one step away from the crown chakra. And we shall be looking at the crown chakra in the next video. And we will do that after the full moon. So once the dust has settled a little bit, there's going to be a lot of stuff being released right now. A lot of energy being transformed into something else, and I think that's what we need, is to have these energies transform themselves, resolve themselves, come to their natural conclusion, their karmic conclusion if necessary. And oh my gosh, we got the Sun and Saturn together, the two life bringers. And then we got spring and summer. Spring and summer. Saturn and the Sun. This is just firepower energy all over this. More energies of sacral connection, enlightenment. Saturn was our first ruler. The Sun gives us life. Spring and summer, I mean, this is a time frame as well. This is now. This is spring going into summer if you're in the northern hemisphere. We are definitely in spring now. We are having some beautifully warm, sunny days of blue skies. Amazing. And now we've got Cancers come out as well. So we've got Cancer. We've got two Chariots here. We actually had Fiery Merkaba, Chariot of Ascension. We've got 3 chariots and the Cancer card and a full moon. Cancer's ruled by the moon under a super moon with Scorpio. I mean, all of the fish signs, I was going to say, all of the water signs are electrified during this Scorpio full moon. So Pisces are probably feeling really energized as well, maybe even a little bit electrified. And as we talk about fire and water fish signs, we get Neptune. Neptune here to grace us with her presence. What's so beautiful is that Neptune is Neptunian time is now at night. When we do readings at night, we're actually calling in a very different sphere of energies, and we're calling down on a very Neptunian type of tribal family, I suppose you could say. Different ancestors, different energies coming through, and we can get some very different types of readings at night as a result. Darker, definitely. Darker, more dealing with our shadow side. Not necessarily a bad thing. Player energy, as I was talking about shadow side. Okay, so what other fancy oracles have we got on this? Thank you. Thank you, spirits. Thank you, Gaia. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you for joining once again. Really appreciate having your energy here in the reading. If you want a personal reading, if you feel like this resonated, or you wanted to delve into your deep wisdom of your life and your circumstances, then you can definitely contact me for a personal reading. If you want to be on the Hero's Journey course, you can also drop me an email putting Hero's Journey in the subject line, and I will put you on the mailing list, and I'll let you know when that's going to be. So my email is bloomhealing22@gmail.com. And all the description of everything I've just said is also in the comments box as well. So I appreciate very much being able to help you in any way that I can. If you're interested in my essential oils that I make or I sell, you can also let me know, and I will give you some really great offers available as well for that. So with player energy, we've got a few coming out. So let's just see. We've got love yourself first. This Scorpio full moon is all about self-love, self-care, getting in touch with yourself, feeling that inner love, first and foremost for yourself, and then flowing it out to others. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Beautiful pink cards coming up for the pink super moon, matching my pink top. Nobody puts baby in the corner. Love yourself first. These energies are the same. This is about, being your own best friend, being in your own boss energy, looking after yourself first, putting your gas mask on before trying to help others, okay? So we've got a lot of awesome stuff, a lot of chariot energy raging through the spring into the summertime. Let's see what else. Anything else from Sasha's oracle as we bring this gorgeous reading to a close? Let's see what we got there. So we got mirror, mirror, gaslighting. So we got mirror, mirror, left out in the cold, gaslighting. Sun and moon, hot and cold energies right there. Fiery sun and the cold, chilly moon, definitely getting a lot of airtime tonight. Gaslighting going on. Mirror, mirror, heart healing. Mirror, mirror and heart healing, very much sort of connecting into that soulmate journey mirroring each other, realizing that when you heal something in yourself, you are actually intrinsically healing that in the other person that you are connected to. I really love how these cards actually mirror each other with the, you know, the blue and the green. It's really beautiful. And we've got divine feminine coming out. Some of you could be feeling this Venus energy, feeling it whether you're a man or a woman. You can still connect into this Venus energy, you know, connecting into that more loving, supportive, nurturing side, the Empress aspect of Venus, you know, connecting into the, you know, Libra and Taurus as well, because they are ruled by ruled by Venus. And you know, it's all about this mothering, nurturing energy that we bring. And actually Scorpio does this. Scorpio helps bring this through, helps bring some fire to the colder water, you know, helps bring some energy where things have become a bit slow and cold and stale. And we've got Star Seeder. Let your inner child out to play. Beautiful sun card. I'm sort of, you know, blown away. I mean, let your inner child out to play. We have done inner child a discovery with our fairy tale tarot tonight. We found resurrection. We found the opportunity, the ability to change and transform, like death, like Scorpio, like the phoenix, like the chariot, bringing fiery flames into harmony to create something even greater than the two individuals or the two halves that you started with. Ending. We're going to end it because I can't take it. End it on You Are My Muse. We're talking about the sun. We're talking about enlightenment with the third eye. We've got light bulb, a star, and another butterfly. Final confirmation for Scorpio tonight. Your wisdom is too grand. I can't cope. I wish I could carry on, but I half. We should call this beautiful reading a day, a night, adieu. But I love you, and thank you so much for staying here. Thank you for coming back for the next chapter of this series. You know we're going to the crown next. We'll wait for the dust to settle. That's what I was saying before. We'll let the dust settle after this crazy time in Scorpio, moon time. And once the dust has cleared, we'll come back and we'll do some wisdom gathering again on the crown. And I'm probably going to be wearing this hat. I hope you'll join me. I hope you'll come back for more fun and frolics. And anything you need to know, you can find it in the comments below. I think you're awesome. Please stay that way. My name is Sasha. I am your green goddess. I think you're amazing. I send you my love and light. Good night. Adieu. Take care. Be safe.